Yes. Welcome back to another stream. It's the preview for the Brighton game tomorrow. We can have a look at the predicted lineups and that, our score predictions, that, you know, the drill. How you doing, bro?
Chilling ahead of the game tomorrow. You know what I mean? Very relaxed, of course. Premier League champions. Will we get another guard of honour? The guard of honours are quite nice. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. And we're going up against a very, very good side. Obviously, currently sitting in sixth in the league. And Pep Guardiola describes them what they actually do as the best in the world. So they're a great side. They smacked up some teams, and they've got some great players. So it's gonna be an interesting game. And you know, Brighton are a little bit wobbly at the moment. You know, they could play Mint, or are they on the beaches? Not really sure what they're going to get.
They kind of just, over the last couple of weeks, they kind of just turned up to beat Arsenal, and that was it. Which is pretty funny.
I know. So it's one of them, man. Like, I don't know really what to expect from the game tomorrow. I don't know if Brighton are going to turn up, or they're going to go to the beaches. I don't know what team Pep Guardiola is going to put out, but we are going to have an attempt anyway to make some sort of predicted 11. Yeah. As funny as it will probably be, because we're going to be miles off, but we'll give it a go. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Let's get those likes past 100 likes, man. We need 10 people. Hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. I see Big Six Pants Monts in the chat as well, man. Big up for the raid before, bro.
Yes,
Appreciate that. You guys go check out Big Six Pants YouTube channel. And you should type Big Six Pants in YouTube. It should come up. But yeah, man. I mean, I normally do like the whole nerve level shit, but
yeah, we normally do like our normal way of approaching these games, but that's kind of all out of the window now because it's dead. Like, it is dead. There's nothing that can happen for us, bro.
I know.
It doesn't matter. This game does not matter for Manchester. If anything, I think the players would rather skip now to the FA Cup final.
Yeah, just get there, innit?
Just get there, because you've got two games where players can potentially get injured. So I think you will naturally see dip in performance levels on the basis that they won't want to see themselves ruled out over a dead game.
Yeah, very true, very true. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Let's just go straight into a predicted 11, man.
And then we can shout. Yeah,
we can chat after that. Let's start by doing a predicted 11. Okay, so usually goalkeeper's pretty easy. I don't know what he's going to do here. I mean, some people saying Scott Carson, and we've seen him do that before when the title's won. I'd
actually low-key like that, you know. Not even low-key, high-key, I'd like that. I think that's what we should do. But I'm disrespecting the GOAT because I don't even have his picture, bro. Because we never play the guy. I think it'll probably be Edison or Ortega, given the fact that Ortega will start one of the games. I'm thinking Edison will start one of the games that's coming up.
Yeah, I think Edison will actually start this game. I think it'll be Edison will start. I don't know why. I just think it'll be him.
Yeah, I mean, he is him. I have no thoughts, so I'm happy for Edison to start.
It's kind of difficult because, like, I think Ortega's going to play in the FA Cup final. So do you play Edison? But then Edison's obviously going to play in the Champions League final. So do you play Edison now? But then he won't play any football until the 10th of June, right?
Yeah, that stinks.
Or do you play Ortega, then play Edison against Brentford, then play Ortega, and then play Edison? So it could be Ortega, Edison, Ortega, Edison.
That one kind of makes sense.
It makes a little bit more sense.
Then Ortega played at the weekend.
Yeah, he did, but maybe that's just the way he just wanted him to play like a big game. I don't know. It's really tricky, man. I don't even know what he's going to do on that one. You know? What the hell is he going to do, man? Whew.
I think he might just play Edison in the last game of the season.
Do Ortega, Edison,
Ortega, Edison, because then Ortega gets another game in before the FA Cup final, and Edison will have another game in before the Champions League final. Whereas if you do the other way around, it is the same thing. But then we have it's closer together, I'd say. Obviously, if Edison doesn't start, and again, it's so difficult, man, because I want all our players to play enough game time.
Yeah, it's difficult. Let's go on.
I think Ortega. I think Ortega makes start. It makes sense for the FA Cup.
Ortega, Edison is how I think it'll run. But honestly, don't really know. That's why it's going to be a funny one. Walker's played a lot of minutes recently.
Mm-hmm. Did he play at the weekend? Start?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he did.
It's weird.
Yeah, he did. He did. He played the full 90 minutes.
Yes, I'd probably be looking at resting Walker, to be honest. He's played loads.
Yeah, in the Premier League game, Chelsea, 90 minutes, Everton, 36 minutes Leeds, 90. He played 90 against Real Madrid, So he's played a lot of football recently. So maybe it might just be wise just to give him a rest and stick Rico Lewis in there again.
Yeah, I think Rico Lewis.
Surely he's not going to start Kyle Walker again. He has played a lot of football recently. And he's key. He's key against United.
Yeah, he is.
Up against like maybe a Rashford or someone like that.
I think Rico Lewis isn't.
Yeah. Let's go Rico.
Cool.
Centre back positions. Again, what do you do here? So I mean, if you look at who played on Sunday, centre back positions was Akanji and Laporte.
Stones Diaz? You gotta keep it. The thing is, you gotta keep everyone fit. You gotta keep everyone up to it as well. Like,
yeah. I think Diaz will definitely play because he didn't get on the pitch at all. So put Diaz in. Will he play Stones next to him, or will he play Laporte again? And then
I think he could go Laporte Diaz actually.
He could go Laporte Diaz, and then what you could do, 60 minutes in, take Diaz off, Stones on.
Yeah, I think
for the
Laporte
final
Diaz.
30 minutes.
I think that's all right, isn't it?
I think that's all right. Yeah, I think that's okay. Laporte Diaz, after an hour, take Diaz off, put Stones on.
All right, I've ran myself into an issue already with who plays left back.
Wouldn't surprise me if he played Sergio Gomez again.
Oh, yeah, we do actually have a left back. He doesn't really exist that much. Yeah, Sergio Gomez is a good shout. Yeah.
I think that's what you could see. I mean,
I think that's pretty realistic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think that is very possible. Very possible. You rest Walker, you rest Stones again, but then you bring Stones on for 6. So what I'd look at doing here, right, is start Diaz after 60 minutes, bring Stones on, and then at the weekend when you play Brentford, reverse it. Start Stones after 60 minutes, bring Diaz on. That's what I'd be looking to do.
Okay.
Laporte getting some more minutes, obviously looking like he's going to leave the football club. Get him some more minutes, so he can like play some football before he leaves. Probably helps the transfer fee and just makes him feel a little bit better. And
rather than just sitting there rotting away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he leaves having played some football at the end. Sergio Gomez again. Just squad player can just come in and hopefully just do an okay job. So I think that's okay. I don't think that will be the back four, but I think it's possible.
It's not like completely unrealistic. And I think I've seen a few people mention like Rico Lewis won't have the pace to match Matoma. But then I think about it as, do I really want?
What? He literally sprinted back against Mohamed Salah and done a mad tackle against him.
Yeah, Rico Lewis is fast. He's not slow. I think the Matoma thing as well. I'd rather him running at Rico Lewis, who will have fresh legs, and running at Kyle Walker, who's played 90 minutes like better. Last thing I want is Kyle Walker's getting injured because he's running back after Matoma.
Also, if people have got high hopes for Rico Lewis, this is a free hit. Put him against one of the best wingers in the league right now in Matoma and see how he does.
True that.
You know what I mean? Well, would you rather do it in an actual game that matters? Nah, put him in now and see what he gets up to. If he has a stinker, he has a shocker, don't really matter. It's in a game that doesn't really matter. So you're better off testing him now.
Yeah, that is a good way to run it. Steve, Steve, West Ham fan, congrats on getting to the final, mate. That'd be a big one. And he says difficult one. The last thing you need is injuries to keep players building up to the 2 finals. That's why it makes it so hard, because there are 2 dead games for us now. But you don't want to lose momentum and just keep in just full change. It's kind of like, reminds me of when Arsenal played us in the FA Cup and they kind of like half-assed it and changed the team. And then it kind of like they lost, and then it was like, oh yeah, they are beatable, because it threw off the momentum. I don't want that to happen to us.
Correct. that back four doesn't really tell us that though.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally one player out the whole back five that's probably going to play either of the finals.
Yeah.
But we move. It gets a little bit better, I think, in the midfield because I think that Rodri
Rodri comes back in.
Yeah, I think Rodri will start the game. It wouldn't surprise me if we did start Calvin Phillips again.
Calvin wasn't even that bad.
No, he was all right. He was all right. Yeah, he was all right. But the point is, Rodri has to play one of these last two games of the Premier League. And he was rested midweek. He rested through the weekend. I think he could start this one. And of course, just quickly, Calvin Phillips played adding no football all season. You're going to play him two games in what, 3 days? Mm-hmm. Having played no football all season. Yeah, you're asking for trouble there.
That's true. I think Rodri will play. I think he'll start, and then I think Calvin Phillips will come on quite early on as well, like not too late, like late Pep subs as we've seen ages. I think we full send Rodri in this.
I think
because we can't just rest everyone for it. Like we can't just full send all our big players in beach mode until we play these 2 big games.
Correct, I agree. I like Rodri in there. So we got Rodri. Let's move into the midfield then. So obviously, if you look at the midfield that we played at the weekend, it was like a Rico Lewis, Calvin Phillips, Sergio Gomez, and sort of that was a Cole Palmer.
How did that team beat Chelsea, man? It's mad,
I don't actually freaking know.
It's crazy,
I don't know.
man.
People overhyped that team at the weekend. It was just the fact that Chelsea are arse, man. You know what I mean? That was the main thing. But midfield, I think that you're going to see some of the big hitters come back in for this. Gundogan didn't get any time on the football pitch. Yeah. Kevin came on for 10 minutes. Bernardo didn't play a single minute. So,
Could you run forward in midfield, though?
No. I would, if you're going to run forward, I'll probably run him on the wing.
Yeah, because you want to give rest to your wingers in it.
Yeah, you could potentially after 60 minutes put him in the mid.
Yeah,
but I think
move it about after that and save like Kev.
Yeah. What I do here, I think I'd start Kevin De Bruyne.
See, I think I'd start Kev Gundo. I think.
So what I would do personally, I wouldn't start Gundogan, bring him on after an hour, start him at the weekend, give him an hour. That's the way I would.
Yeah, to be fair, we could do Kev Alvarez.
Kev Alvarez or Kev Bernardo. Bernardo's not played at the weekend.
Do we play Bernardo right wing leading up to the Champions League game again? Bit of prep. Weird, man. It's weird. Borges on the wing. I wish.
That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen at all.
I think what I do is...
Then I feel like Mara hasn't played that much.
Right, so what I would do if I was the manager, is I'd do Kevin, Bernardo, and I'd do Mahrez, Haaland, Grealish. And then after an hour, I'd take Grealish off for Foden. I'd probably leave Mahrez, give him the whole game, to be honest with you. He's not played that much football recently.
Yeah,
and I'd probably take...
Did Mahrez play against Chelsea?
Yeah. And then I'd take Kevin off after an hour, put Gundogan on for 30 minutes, and I'd put Grealish on for Foden after an hour. Boom. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Obviously.
Yeah, I rate it. And then, so you bring in Gundogan at any point? Do you say?
Yeah. I bring Gundogan after an hour. I bring him on after an hour.
For who?
30 minutes.
If you have Bernardo,
Kevin.
For Kev.
Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I rate it.
That's what I would do. And then you're getting everyone minutes. Then you know what I mean. You're getting everyone that's minutes. So Mahrez is getting minutes. Haaland's getting minutes. Grealish is getting minutes. Foden's getting minutes. Kevin's getting minutes. Bernardo's getting minutes. Gundogan's getting minutes. Rodri's getting minutes. So the 5 subs that I'd look at making would be Alvarez for Haaland. Yeah. I'd look at doing Grealish for Foden.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do Gundogan for Kev.
Are you saying you start Grealish or start Foden?
I'd start Foden personally.
Oh yeah. I put Grealish in there instead of Foden. I was thinking that.
Yeah, I do Gundogan for Kev. I do Phillips for Rodri, and I do Stones for Diaz. That's my 5 subs.
Yeah, because then you basically you're starting strong, but also you're getting your big hitters as well, and they're all getting decent game time, and they're also not getting too much game time. You're protecting them as well, like in some sense.
And you're keeping everyone at that elevated level. You don't want to be resting players too much. You need to keep the focus and the match sharpness.
That is true. And plus, with Brighton being a good side, it's a good time to still be playing some of our stronger players. Brighton are a sick team. Professional idiot, yes, just for the five says, wouldn't it be a good time to give Proney some time now that they basically have won the league? That would be good in theory. However, he's gone to the World Cup. I think you just put in the chat, saying I don't know. Yeah, he's in the World Cup, bro. So unfortunately, no Peroni ball until next season.
No Peroni ball in it.
Yeah, but we've seen him once for like 5 minutes, and everyone gets gassed about it.
I know. But I think that's a great team. I think it's got more than enough ability to win the football match. You're keeping everyone at an elevated level. You're taking everyone after an hour. After an hour, I'd just full send the 5 subs.
Yeah, same.
Just completely.
It doesn't matter, innit? It doesn't matter, so you may as well just completely change it. Just protect your players. Yeah. Give them an hour. Protect the players. They don't. Yeah. It's not about even if we're losing 2-0, bro. I want to see them changes. Like it's not about the result of this match.
Yeah, and I just think Gundogan could deal with an extended break out of the team because he's played a ridiculous amount of football.
And recently he's been looking mega gassed.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can just take him out and then I have that little extra break, man, then he'll have he would have played 30 minutes tomorrow. He didn't get a single minute against Chelsea. So that's obviously great for him. He's more fresh. Give him an hour at the weekend to Brentford. That means going into the United game, he's played 90 minutes of football in the previous 3 matches. Now, I think personally that's okay because he's played so much football recently, and he's going to be playing 60 minutes against Brentford, which will boost his match sharpness back up again. So that's what I would personally do. I think that team is what I'd go with.
I like it. I think it's got a good plan behind it as well of switching it up.
It depends what you're thinking. If you're thinking keep everyone at match sharpness, then a version of this team is what you do. Some people are probably not that bothered about match sharpness, and we'll probably send Cole Palmer. I've seen people wanting Carlos Porges. Obviously, PI wanted Perone. Like people, depends on what sort of mode you're in. For me, I'm thinking match sharpness. I want to keep everyone at an elevated level, at an elevated state. So when we go into that United game, we're not going in cold because that would be the worst thing. Because they're not going to go in cold. You know what I mean? They've only got one more match left, and they won't be going in cold. They'll be playing a strong team at the weekend because they're at home at Old Trafford, the final game of the season. They'll be wanting to go off with a bang. So Ten Hag will play a strong team there. We don't want that in it.
Yeah. The way that I kind of look at it is, we have. I think if we play a strong team against Brentford, then you're going into the derby with strong team mode, and then into the thingy strong team mode. Yeah, when people are, bro, the weirdest thing. Jordan got to eat, man. What are you on about? Bro, CE1 has just said you were looking good in Tesco the other day, and I was in Tesco on Saturday, bro.
Pain, bro. You got a stalker, innit?
Bro, what's that about? And we don't know who CE1 is. That's some creepy ass shit, that CE1, especially because we don't know who you are. But you're always about living close and that. You're moving mad here, CE1. And no, Freddie ain't here behind me. This is a bottle of water, innit? I rate this team, bro. I think it's good. I don't think it's what Pep will go with. I think we'll see a version of it, like I said. I think we'll see a version of like a mixed team, not a full send like the other day.
Yeah, I agree. It will be interesting, though. So that's a predicted 11. Bit mad. We'll have to see exactly what he does, but let's see what happens, man. Big up to Italian Stanley with a 10. Says, do you guys think Alvarez will start more games next season? I mean, in the big games, because why would a World Cup champion accept staying on the bench when he can start for most teams in Europe? That's the big question, bro. Don't know. How'd you get him in the team?
It is a weird one. And obviously, have you seen the news before about Bayern apparently wanting him?
Yeah, they can't afford him.
Yeah, but Bayern apparently they want to move Alvarez.
Just sign a new contract. So
Good job he did.
Chuck us 100 million quid, and we can start the talks. But if not, no chance. But, I don't know. Hopefully, I think he will actually, because I think that Pep will trust him a little bit more. I don't think he's the best player in that attacking midfielder role, because he's not an attacking midfielder. He's a striker. But I think he can be utilised there in 70% of the games that we play in. I think if you're playing against lower league teams at home, so that's 10 games a season. At home, he could start. That's 10 starts. He could probably get there. You could probably rest Gundogan, Bernardo, whatever, and just play him and Kev, or even maybe drop Kev if you want to risk it. You might want to rest Haaland for 5-6 games in the Premier League a season. That's another 6 starts. You're up to 16 starts automatically. Give him another 3 or 4 off the wing. You're up to about 19. Something like that. You're getting towards the 20 starts mark. And then plenty of sub-appearances, Carabao Cup games, FA Cup games, Group Stage Champions League games. I think he will feature more next season, but it is difficult. It's difficult unless Pep Guardiola can find a way of playing with 2 strikers, which he's done before in his very first season, or his second season, I should say. Then maybe that's actually something we could roll with. Otherwise, probably, I don't know.
Yeah, I just think we'll see him a lot more as in that, like you say, the attacking mid role. As much as he's not the best at it, I do think we'll see him a lot in that position.
Yeah,
and that's where a lot of his game time will come from.
Yeah, no, I agree. So that's the predicted 11 anyway. Pretty wild. I mean, you look at Brighton. Let's have a look at what they're doing at the moment. Obviously, Premier League, they're absolutely slamming it. Massive.
They got Europe now, aren't they?
Yeah, they got the European Cup, man. They're in the Europa League, so shout out to them. I hope that they actually try in the Europa League.
rather than bin in it.
Yeah, it'll really, really frustrate me. I know financially, finishing like up towards the top of the table is very good, but I hope they actually try and win it, because I know it's only the Conference League, but look at West Ham this season. They've had a shit season, right? Where are they? They're 14th. Very disappointing.
They were bottom for ages as well, weren't they? Like, they had a terrible time.
Very, very disappointing season for West Ham. Obviously, last year they had a decent season. They finished 7th, and if it wasn't for a terrible run at the end, they probably would have finished 6th or maybe even 5th in the Europa League spots, but they didn't. They had a terrible start. It's all forgotten. It's all forgotten. If they win a European Cup, that Conference League, and I don't care. I don't like people who say, "Oh, it's only the Conference League. It's shit." No, it's a trophy. And if they win it, they should be out celebrating till the cows come home, and they just forget about the league table. Because they could say, if I said to you now, right, would you rather finish 8th like Tottenham and be in no European football, or finish 14th but win to the Conference League?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, who's in a final? West Ham are in a final. Tottenham, who can win something still? You know what I mean? West Ham, Tottenham can't do shit. Yes, they finished 8th, but West Ham can win a European trophy. This summer, if they win the Conference Cup, whatever it's called, the Europa Conference, do they then go into the Europa League?
Yeah.
So then it'll be Liverpool, Brighton, and West Ham in the Europa League.
Yeah.
That's mad. So even then, that's sick for West Ham. They're getting Europa League football and they finished 14th.
Exactly. So, it's. I hope they take it seriously, Brighton, because the way that they've played football this year, I know the Europa League does have better teams in it. Obviously, Liverpool will be in there for a start, but Brighton can beat Liverpool on the day. Brighton can beat anyone on the day. I'm thoroughly convinced that the way they played this season, now, of course, depends what players they get rid of. They've got to make sure they replace them correctly. But they've got a great opportunity to go and win that trophy next season. So I hope personally, as a football fan, that Brighton don't go into that competition and do what a lot of teams do and just go, nah, we're going to sack this off and focus on the league, which is just shite. Because then what is the point? What is the point in fielding a team? The aim of the game is to win silverware, is to win trophies. So I hope they do it. I hope they go in and actually try it, like West Ham have done this season. They're hopefully going to win the Conference League, and that'd be sick for them. Be sick for English football.
I agree. Massively agree. I think I'm actually gas for West Ham as well. Gas that they got through to the final.
Yeah, but let's have a look at Brighton's team then. So the last match, so Steele's come in goal, which is a change. Yeah, because they've obviously dropped the other goalkeeper. I can't actually remember what his name was. Was it?
It's Robert Sanchez.
Robert Sanchez. dropped him because apparently he's not good enough on the ball. So he's been dropped.
Wait, is that why he got dropped?
I believe so, yeah, because he's not good enough on the ball.
So it's not because he's injured, he just got dropped. That's mad. He's actually a sick goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez.
Yeah, but apparently now De Zerbi dropped him because he felt that Jason Steele was actually better on the ball.
I mean, to be fair, he was sick on the ball.
He was very good on the ball, yeah. So fair dues, man. So that's a goalkeeper situation. Obviously, you got some big players there. Dunk, Estupinan, Colwill, of course. I think he's on loan from Chelsea, I believe. I don't think.
Yeah, he is still a Chelsea player.
Yeah, big player, having a great season. Gross, great player. Caicedo, we all know about him. And Ciso, obviously spoke a little bit about him this morning on the transfer stream. City apparently interested in and Ciso. McAllister, looking like he's going to Liverpool, but City are interested in him apparently. Matoma, obviously a big player. And Evan Ferguson, who scored 2 goals in the recent game against Southampton the other day. Obviously a big talent, being looked at by many, many top European clubs. United looking at him. A couple of German teams looking at him. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Apparently United are looking at him as well. Big talent from Ireland. So some key players, and it's going to be a big game. I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be tough. I'm telling you now, we would have gone to this if we didn't have the League One, right, and we had to go to this ground and win. I'd be shitting myself.
I would be shitting it bad.
Nerve levels be 10 out of 10 if that was the case.
Yeah, true.
This is one of the most difficult football teams to play. 100%.
It's actually crazy. Yeah, luckily Arsenal bottled, but like we have two difficult games as well. Do you know what I mean? We got Brentford away next, and that's no easy game. So I just think like it is big. So we're in a fortunate position where it can be chill, and we can just like watch the football, and that hopefully we see some good football on display from both sides, isn't it? Like, because end of the day, the result doesn't matter. So just hope we get a good game, man.
Yeah, actually, I want a good game of football. There's nothing really that can happen now. Brighton are pretty much chill. We're obviously chill. We're champions. So hopefully, I think this would have happened anyway, but hopefully we just see a really, really good, entertaining game of football. Both teams playing out from the back. Both teams pressing from the front, making it difficult for the teams to play out from the back. And hopefully we get some good quality, a couple of goals. And for us, the main thing is get players minutes that need to get minutes and just beg for no injuries.
To beg that everyone makes it off that pitch. Basically, you want to get off that pitch with no injuries at all for these next 2 games. I mean, to be fair, for all 4 games, but especially these next 2. But yeah, like you said this morning, bro. Like this is basically we're in pre-season for 2 major trophy finals, isn't it? Like this is pre-season.
We're in pre-season, and we're waiting for that really, really tricky first game. You know, that's what we're looking for. So we'll see in it. Big up Italian Stallion says, would you guys take De Zerbi as Pep's replacement? I think he'd be on the short list.
I think he'd definitely be on the list. I think we'd have to give him more time. See what he does next year.
I mean, if you look at his record, he's won 14, drawn 6, lost 10. So he's actually won less than he's drawn and lost, taking a 1.6 points per match, which isn't that great for a manager that would obviously be managing our football club. But you've also got to understand the players that he's dealing with. Obviously, he's not dealing with the same quality of players that he's dealing with at Man City. And yeah, I think you're right. I think see what he does next season. We see a lot of teams, a lot of managers have a great first season, and then the second season they fall off because they've got to get them going again. They've got to get that buy-in from the players. I think as well for De Zerbi, he's going to lose 2 or 3 key players from that team. Let's see how he does.
Let's see how he deals with that.
See how he deals with it.
Yeah. But he does play some nice football.
He does.
He does play some nice football.
And he gets high praise from Pep. But for me, I'm Vincent.
Your team company, innit? I'm team company. You got me on that bus. You bought my ticket for me. Get me, bro.
Yeah, I'm all about the company hype, man. I'm all about that company hype. But he'll be on the shortlist for sure. And say he does well in the Europa League, gets them to the quarter-final, semi-final next season, finishes top 6, top 7 again next year. I think his stocks will be even higher because to do it again, plus being in Europe, that'll be seriously impressive.
Could you see a situation where Pep Guardiola leaves? Say if we win the treble, do you think Pep leaves?
No.
I don't think so either. I think it makes him hungry for more. I think he's like, I want to go win it again.
Yeah, you got what people need to understand. You got to have a look at why he left Barcelona and why he left Bayern Munich. Them situations are not currently present at Manchester City Football Club. Everything's chill at City. I mean, he's got all his mates around him. He gets what he wants. He enjoys the players. You know, the fans love him. You got to remember, he didn't have a great relationship with the fans at Bayern Munich.
No, they didn't. They wanted him out by the end of it. They were happy to see the back of him.
Remember, because that manager was a manager called before Pep Guardiola. He won the treble.
Yeah.
They didn't really want Pep Guardiola. They were buzzing. They were on cloud nine. The guy just won a treble. Got Pep Guardiola, never won a Champions League. Didn't really link up well with the fans. Had bust-ups with the backroom staff and medical staff. And when he left, they had a banner, the fans, when he left, basically saying, "See you later, I don't care." That doesn't exist at Manchester City. So no, I don't think he will leave.
No, I don't think there's a better place for him to be. The club's built for him, so I don't think there's a better place for him to be in world football.
Yeah, exactly. No, completely agree. Score predictions, Bray.
I'm gonna say 3-2 to City.
I'm going to say 5-0 Manchester City.
I can say it again because it doesn't matter.
What are you going to do? what are you
waiting
going to do?
for fucking ages for this moment.
No one can say shit, bro.
Last time you said this, was it Brentford?
Yeah, I think so.
Where we lost. Brentford at home where we lost. I'm pretty sure it was the last 5-0.
No, they can't do anything. The chat can't do anything.
No
chat
one
can't
do anything, man.
It don't matter.
Don't matter.
No, I'm only joking. I'm not saying 5-0. I think that it'll be... If we pick the team that we went for, I think we'll win 3-1. But I have a suspicion that he could just do another madness.
I could see another Chelsea situation.
Yeah. So we'll see the team. It all depends on the team lineup. But I'm confident we can get the W, regardless of playing a very, very good Brighton team. It's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it. Obviously, doing the live watch along tomorrow. So make sure you join us for that one. It's going to be decent. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Brighton preview. Of course, we did the press conference reaction earlier on today, so go check that out if you've not already seen it. We did a transfer stream this morning, speaking about loads of players, big transfer updates. So you can also go check that one out as well. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think we've done it. The time of talking's over, as if it's a big game.
The world is watching.
Yeah, but we should have called it that. Something like that. Tomorrow we need to do a stream, like in the day, like the world is watching, as if it's the biggest game of the season.
I know, crazy.
Oh man.
Big up everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed it, man. Have a good night. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. And guys, we'll catch you tomorrow, man. See you in a bit.